Rock, Yhwh, Alon, Shalom, righteous family. Welcome back to TRU-TALK. And today we're going to talk about Yahweh ways and how his ways is higher than our ways. How everything that he put in order is better than what man can put in order. And sometimes we get caught up in this worldly way of thinking and living. And we think that what we're doing is so wise and the best way. When the Most High way is the best way. And sometimes it's simple, but it's genius in its simplicity. And we do complicated things in our wisdom that's foolish. As the apostle wrote, man's wisdom is foolish to the Most High. And I'm gonna give you an example, just one example of one of the ways the Most High ways, excuse me, is better than our ways. Now y'all do know we drinking toilet water, right? Shower water, uh, you name it, we drinking it all. So I typed in, are we drinking sewer water? It says yes, we can drink water from sewer treatment plants after it has been treated to make it safe for consumption. So this idea is, and I'm gonna bring up a couple articles, is that the water that go through our toilet that we wash with, our sink water, our dish water, all that they have pipe systems. We know the sewer system under the ground, and all that leads to this water waste plant treatment, and then go there to get clean and recycle, and put all type of chemicals in there. Now here's an order from grizz.org. It said, "Don't freak out, but you may be drinking recycled toilet water." Now it's not that we may be drinking it. We are. And you see the toilet water, and y'all can read this. It's talk about how the percent of the water and how they purify it, and how they clean it, and the whole process of going. Now this is www.lakesideequipment.com, and it's talking about. It says, does wastewater become drinking water? And this how some of the waste plants look. And I'm gonna read a little bit right here. It says, have you ever thought about what happens to the water that get flushed down the toilet and rainwater that goes into sewer? So I thought they say we can't drink rainwater, but I guess only when they clean it, huh, we can drink it. Or water that washes clothes and dishes every day in the USA. The average person use about 100 gallons of water flushing the toilet and taking a shower in the bath are two of the biggest uh, com- culprits. All of the wastewater that's being flushed and drained into circular tanks or sewers can be recycled. People aren't often comfortable with that idea. They can't imagine taking toilet water and recycling it to be clean drinking water. In fact, a caution. So we're gonna stop right there for a minute. So I'm pretty sure we all get the idea by now. Now, I just want us to think for a minute. What goes in the toilet? Have you ever had bubble guts where you had the runs? You know, when women's be on their period, I done seen blood and uh, all just nasty stuff throw up. People wash that dirty water and just so much disgust. Dead animals get flushed down the toilet. And not only that, but all these sewer pipes that I don't know if y'all ever had a sewer pipe bust. That junk stank. It be in your yard. And they got trying to clean this stuff and take it somewhere. It's like how many people got toilets and use toilets and shower? Where all this water go? They dump a lot of this filthy water into the ocean or a river or some type of pond. I forgot in what country it was, but the sewer water get dumped. A lot of it, even in America, get dumped into the rivers and lakes because they got this idea. Well, nature would clean it or the animals would eat it up. But the animals that do eat up the things in nature, like crabs, shrimps, lobster, we take them out of the water and eat them. And that's their job. That's what they there for. They bottom feeders. They eat the boo boo of fishes and the race at the bottom. And that's why a lot of times the oceans and waters get polluted because we dumping not only trash but our sewage water in there, and then the things that's supposed to clean the water, we're taking them out and eating it. So man's way is unbalanced and unstable. But because of our greed, because of our uh, so wise, like the toilet system, like, and we talk about people that don't have, they don't even got a toilet system, you know. But when you think about the way the toilet system is set up, it's really a nasty business. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, what do you supposed to do? What's the other way to do it? Well, how did the Most High say do it? We always gotta look to the Most High for our help, for our wisdom, and He give it to us. He give us every possible way that we should live and be clean and be wholesome if we just do it His way. And it may seem simple, but a lot of times ingenious stuff is simple as genius when it just work and it's work for everything else. It don't have to be complicated. So let's see what the Most High says about this. And we're reading from Deuteronomy chapter 23, and we're gonna start at verse 12 and read till 13. It says, "Thus shall you shall have a place also without the camp, whither thou shalt go forth abroad." He's talking about pee or boo boo, use the bathroom. 13. And thou shalt have a puddle, a poodle, paddle, my bad, a paddle upon thy weapon. You should have something to dig with you when you go out. You're supposed to go wade out from the camp, wherever you stay at, wherever you live at. That's supposed to be what they call it in the olden days, an outhouse. And it says you're supposed to go out there out of the camp, and it shall be when you have eased thyself abroad, thou shalt dig thereof, and shall turn back and cover that which comes from you. So basically, like a cat, when a cat boo boo and the cat dig up and cover up his doo doo, we supposed to dig a hole, doo doo in the hole, and cover it up. No smell, no stinking. And guess what? That's good for the environment because think of how much that's gonna keep the ground. and the soil healthy and what they call it, fertilized. They use cow dung and all these to fertilize and fertilize the period. But like the nutrients and stuff that our body don't use, it's considered waste. So there's nutrients and different stuff that's in our bowel movement that's beneficial for the earth. Actually, it comes from the earth. You grab a peach, an apple, and you eat it. That's what turn into your bowel movement. What you do, you give it right back to the ground. You give it right back to the earth. No sewer pipes, no waste. Let nature do what it do. Ain't that some more clean, better way than all these sewers pipes? Where not only your boo boo, but everybody boo boo just coming together. Don't know if they got AIDS, diarrhea, just all coming together. And then when they get in their sewer plants like a big soup. And I don't know if y'all ever been to those waste plant. Man, those things, 10, 15 minutes out, you can smell it. Those things stink. And then they call themselves cleaning. And what they do is just basically put a whole bunch of chemicals and rinse. How can you clean? There's some stuff can't be cleaned out. Not only they said that also people flush down so much drugs and cocaine down the toilet and stuff that a lot of times we drinking this water and don't get me wrong, I drink tap water because what else water I'm gonna get? If I go to the bottled water and water's out the stores, tell you the truth, all that is a scam. They just putting tap water in those bottles and putting names on it. So, to live, that's why, I pray over my water every time I drink it. Ask the Most High to take any bad stuff out and increase the good and make it pure. It gives a new meaning of praying over your food and water. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, that's the type of world we surviving in. But like I was saying, it was they saying that a lot of times we drinking this water and we don't. The water got so much drugs and chemicals and stuff in it that it's like somebody being born high and all their life they're high. They don't consider it as being high. They consider it normal. If somebody smoke weed for the first time and get high, that's a new experience for them. They like, wow, I feel different. I don't feel like I normally feel. But if you always feel high, then that's your normal. So a lot of times we don't know how unreasonable, out of mind and unfocused we are because we don't claim it become this reality that we live in. It's altered and it's the reality that we see as normal, and we wonder why all these killings and shooting and fighting and just violence. You know what I'm saying? That's why we got to be grounded in the Most High about it. Got to be renewed, or this world will, the darkness will consume you. You got to be a light. We got to shine, and the wise saying that if you know better, you do better, and if you can do better, that's the goal. Every time you can do better, we do better. I can attest. If anybody ever drunk well water, that's real water from the ground, no recycling water. And I'm from Georgia, so there are certain places in Georgia where you go out where they ain't got no out in the country and there's no sewer pipes laid out. So what they build, they'll actually have an old well or they'll dig a well And like the Most High is so plentiful and good. Like when people say stuff or they don't understand how the world work, you can dig a well about anywhere and find water. But you know, I think besides the desert somewhere where it's dry. But wherever you stay at and it get rain regularly, you can dig and find water up underground. And they'll dig and dig until they find a water hole or whatever. And from that water hole, they'll have like this little pump, and they'll pump through the house, and you'll drink well water. And but you can also go out there into the well and get the water. But if you ever taste well water, pure water from the ground, from the water that come out the faucet, you can taste the difference. First of all, the water that comes from underground is it's cold. It's I can't explain it. It's a different taste. Like you know, it's the quality of water, and we don't. Sometimes we get used to certain things. We think, oh, this how water supposed to taste or water supposed to be. You know how the saying you don't miss what you never had because we never had pure clean water. We don't really know how it tastes. But this just a prime example of the Most High ways being higher than our ways and better than our ways. You know, we had the outhouse, but in our wisdom, oh no, let's make it inside the house and let's make sewer pipes and let's let these sewer pipes run out throughout up under the ground and go to one waste plant to get clean and let's dump it in the oceans and stuff and pollute the oceans. Let's just do it the simple way and the right way. Let's just do it how the Most I said to do it. And even the outhouse wasn't doing it right because I don't think it was just different. What the Most I talking about is digging a hole, handling your business, and covering it up. You don't have to worry about pipes and uh, reusing water and all that. And the Most High, he got his own recycling. You know, when dew come down, the whole process of rain, when the heat come and soak all that, is water being recycled, but when it go there, it's really being clean. We can't do what's better than the Most High. When the clouds get full, that's the recycling of all that heat being attained, the water, and it pour down, and it comes from the mountain, and like the recycling of dew and what they call it, dew in the morning when you see it like kind of fog and all that. That's the recycling of water or the cleaning of the water. So at the end of the day, let Yah be true and every man a lie. Till next time, Shalom.